Hi, welcome to the wood shop. My name is Mr. Weitzel, the instructor. Behind me, we have our work area. In this series of safety videos, we'll be covering the 4 major machines that we use in the wood shop. We'll be covering the safety, proper use, and just getting you familiar with the machines. Before we get into that, we have some general safety rules we always follow. We always have to wear safety glasses while we're working in the shop. We have to dress appropriate. You cannot have any loose clothing that could get caught in a machine. If you have long hair, you do need to confine it, tie it back, and be careful not to have any jewelry dangling down near a machine. We do need to be familiar with the board when we're cutting. There are 3 parts of a board: the face, the edge, and then the end. The distance between the 2 faces is the thickness. The distance between the 2 edges is the width, and the distance between the 2 ends is the length. The first machine we're going to talk about is the planer. The planer is used to get your board to the desired thickness. It's going to shave off the top layer of the wood to reduce the thickness. You take multiple passes until you get down to your final thickness. Let's talk about some safety on this planer, okay? With all machines, again, wear safety glasses, dress appropriate, no long hair, jewelry, etc. Make sure you check the material for any foreign objects, nails, knots, glue. We need to just have wood going through this machine. The planer feeds the board through the machine itself. If it ever gets stuck, don't push and pull on the board. If it gets stuck, turn it off and come get the instructor myself. We select the depth of cut and the feed rate based on the material being planed. But in this shop, we're going to make it simple. The feed rate will never change, and the depth of cut, how much you take off, is always going to be 1/16 of an inch. You cannot plane anything thinner than 1/4 inch. And it's very important, you can never put anything less than 12 inches through the planer. So 12 inches is the minimum length. Never look directly into the opening of the planer while it's running. Okay? Even right after you turn it off, you cannot look into the opening. If I look into the opening of the planer and a piece of wood shoots out, I'm going to be in trouble. Remove chips or shavings when the power's turned off. Okay? We shouldn't have to worry about that because the dust collector sucks up all the shavings for us. But in case you have to clean out any chips or shavings, make sure this is turned off. Do not stand directly in front of the machine while it's running. Again, if you have what's called a kickback, if a board gets thrown, you'll be in the line of fire. Lastly, make sure you put the board with the grain. Never put it in sideways. This looks silly, but sometimes we have really wide boards and they're almost square. You need to put it in with the grain. And then lastly, this machine's really safe. Okay? It's hard to get cut on this machine, but you do need to be careful not to get pinched. You don't want to get your finger in between the wood and this little metal fence. Okay? Your soft finger will always lose between metal and wood. We had the lid open on the planer so you can see what's going on. As the board enters the opening, it's grabbed by the infeed rollers, which look like little gears with teeth. They're going to grab the wood. That's going to force it beneath the cutter head. This black cylinder with all of these little knives is the cutter head. It's actually what's cutting the wood. Then we have a pressure bar just holding everything down, and then an outfeed roller. The outfeed roller is smooth because if it were corrugated, if it had teeth like the infeed roller, it would put marks in your wood that you would be stuck with. The only other thing I wanted to show you is We need to have 12 inches long to go into this machine because the distance between the in-feed roller and the out-feed roller is 12 inches. Anything shorter and a piece of wood will get stuck right underneath the cutter head, and that's definitely not good. Before we use any machine in the shop, we have to turn on our dust collector. Over here, you just hit the start button to turn it on, and obviously the stop button to turn it off. Before we can use the planer, we need to know how thick our board currently is. This board measures 15/16 of an inch thick. So our first pass is 1/16 less, or 7/8 of an inch. We'll turn the power onto the machine by hitting the green lightning bolt. The lights will turn on. This is our current height of the table. We need to set this for 7/8 of an inch for our first pass. 7/8 of an inch is 0.875. We will use these top two buttons to get the table height to 0.875. I went a little too far, I'll bring it back. I'm close. To dial it in, we're going to use this black knob. I'm at 875. Now I have two motors to turn on, the cutter head and then the in-feed roller. That is full speed right there. So all I need to do is feed it into the opening and the planer will grab it out of my hands. We're going to walk around to the back and grab it out of the planer. Very simple. In order to turn off the planer, all we need to do is hit this red lightning bolt. Don't need to hit the emergency stop unless it is an actual emergency.